Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a brand new episode of Rants with Dez, aka Dez Rant. Happy Thursday through Wednesday, evening, night, morning, and afternoon. We have our favorite guy here, Mr. Rogers. Actually, everybody comes on here is my favorite guy. They're awesome people. Mr. Rogers, how are you doing?
It's cold. A lot of snow. I'm doing great. How are you doing, Des?
Outstanding is on my side too. Actually, to be honest, one more day of work this week, and then I go on my trip. We go leave on Sunday, so good times are had by all.
Oh, the Guatemala.
You know it. You know it. We're doing vacation / also helping people out down there. So it's a good cause. Plus, we get to have some fun.
Heck yeah.
Eddie, can we have the messages on there?
Des, just don't come back a baby daddy.
Oh, exactly. So Eddie will be helping us tonight with the final topic because it's a big one. I would never say it. People tell me. I would never say it. Another day in paradise. So do we have some fun facts?
We do. So, fun facts. All right. You know what the longest wedding veil was? How long it was?
I want to guess.
Yep.
50 feet.
63 football fields long.
Holy shit. How many people did they have to actually make sure that it was,
I guess like 400.
Jeez Louise. She must have had a lot of friends.
So I'm not entirely sure. This is some chick out in the middle of nowhere. So probably the entire freaking country just went and say, hey, we got nothing to do.
Man.
Do you know how people are allergic to cats, right?
Yep.
You know some cats are actually allergic to people?
Really?
Yeah. That's some crap.
How the hell is that, actually?
They're like any animal. They're like anybody else. They're mammals. They have allergies.
That's true, but that's still funny, though. I would not think that, because we don't have fur. I know we got hair, so would it be something from the hair, or would it be something from the skin?
Yeah, it'd be from the hair.
Bloody hell. That's a fun fact.
Yeah. Apple pie is not as American as you think. When you hear the phrase American is apple pie?
Yep.
Apple pie actually started in Asia, and the recipe actually started from England.
So how the hell did it become America's, dessert?
I don't know. The Brits came over here. We took the recipe. I don't know.
We got something more from them.
Yep. And here's my final fun fact. This is actually really cool. Guess what the national animal of Scotland is?
The animal?
Yep. Guess what the national animal is of Scotland?
I
learned this when I was down out in Edinburgh.
I would actually have no idea what to guess on that one because I don't know.
The unicorn, the mythical fabled creature, is their national animal.
Bloody hell, that is fantastic. An animal that doesn't even exist.
They have it because it represents dominance and chivalry. It represents dominance and chivalry. Their national animal is the unicorn, the fable mythical creature.
Did you hear what Eddie the editor said?
I did not.
You want to say
I
it?
don't think my mic's working.
Well, son of a nutcracker.
Can you hear me, Mr. Rogers?
Eddie, what do you got, brother?
Can you hear him?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
There we go.
I was saying they're not mythical. I've seen one.
I've seen one. I could put a big dildo on a horse too, I'm sure.
Oh man, that's terrible. But true, that would be a unicorn. That would be a unicorn.
Yeah. The national animal of Scotland is a unicorn because of the dominance and chivalry it represents. I learned that when I was in Edinburgh.
So, everybody in the chats, am I louder tonight than I was last week? Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. Because, as I said, every week's another test that we are doing on this channel. We're rookies. It's only once a week we go live. More often, I know it'd be a little bit more advanced, but you know what? You got a life too. We all have lives. So let's go to the next.
Mine's left at the office somewhere.
Exactly. Did you have any more fun facts there, Mr. Rogers?
That was the last one. I thought I'd leave it on the unicorn.
You're damn right. That was outstanding. So I just want to talk about the Super Bowl for a beat because I thought it was pretty funny. I mean, you had Trump versus Taylor Swift. When it came to Trump, the crowd was cheering, and when it came to Taylor Swift, they were booing. Now that, to me, is showing
I
the
don't know
change.
if she got booed or how that all worked out. I don't see. That stuff kind of bothers me. Who gives a crap who booed for what?
It's still funny. It shows, though, that the tide is slowly turning to the side of common sense once again and not have superstars or whatever actually as the idols. Not even as Trump as the idol, but people respect him. To me, that's what it's actually about when it comes to the Super Bowl. The fact that that actually happened the way it did. I think it's hysterical, actually.
Okay. Pardon me, Des. I'm just hooking up my phone here so I actually have some power to this thing. It's been a heck of a day. Been a heck of a day.
It looks like he's going to walk that off. Greatest scare / comedy movie of all times. Damn, that's a good.
Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
You're dang right. That's actually so hilarious. I'll never get the girl.
See, Tucker, I'm a zero with the ladies.
So, the one commercial that really stood out as silly and ridiculous was the football one. I get if you want girls to have a football league, flag football league, just create it. And it is what it is at that point. Because when it comes down to it, there's no one saying you can't actually have your league. But don't try to go against men. I mean, if you want to do it that way, they should have been playing tackle football. That's how I look at it. If you want.
All right. And then did you hear we're talking about the Super Bowl, correct, right now?
Yep.
You hear about the halftime show and the guy that kicked off and is banned now from the Super Bowl?
Oh, really? He was holding a sign, right?
It was one of the flag guys. He had a Palestinian and a Sudanese flag hidden in his pocket. Nobody checked it, and he rose it during the halftime show.
Oh.
Nobody caught it. I did.
Well,
Like, something's not like the other.
and that is so freaking silly. It's like, what the hell? And the thing about it is, Samuel L. Jackson, first and foremost, he's a bad guy in everything. And now he is the Black Uncle Sam.
I think he's funny as hell, man. You can't knock him from Pulp Fiction here, bro.
But it's still funny. I mean, he's a bad character in most movies that he's in because he's a good
never
actor.
been an A character. He's a B character, but it's still hilarious.
Oh, man. I thought it was funny when they brought him as Uncle Sam.
And then Chiefs went in there thinking they're just going to automatically win. Hurts just really hurt him. Mahomes is still worrying about that one, what happened on there. He's like, what happened? What? This is my Super Bowl.
Exactly. I don't think many
I
people...
rooted for the Eagles just because they're the underdog, and it's the Eagles.
Well, they are America's bird. But I do not like their fans. That's basically what I always go by. Their fans are special.
With the way they destroyed Philadelphia was insane. I do not condone any of that. Cool, your team won. Cool. Why would I tear down?
Let's burn this motherfucker down.
I love
Pretty
this.
much is what they were going for.
By the way, Eddie
I
the
do
editor.
not condone that.
Hey, Eddie the editor is always going to be mic'd up from this point on because you know what? That makes better content.
At least maybe we just don't see behind the scenes. Maybe they took the light poles to scrap, got some money, and gave it to the homeless. We don't know.
Oh Jesus, you're wishing. Let's be honest. Those silly people.
Way to have a positive attitude, man.
Silly Sallies.
This is fantastic. I love this. But when it came to the Super Bowl commercials, there were some that were half-ass. But
It was a lot more sentimental
yeah, it was.
than I liked. Like, some were funny, but not really that many. Like, I like the Chris Pratt and the, oh gosh, what's his other name? Hemsworth. whatever.
It was more about
I like those. Those are kind of funny, and they're just wrecking art. They don't understand the health. I'm fuck yeah. If I'm hungry, I'm eating the banana off the wall. It's duct taped. If I'm hungry, I'm definitely eating it.
it was definitely more pro America this year, though. I'll give it that. Like the John Denver song, the John Denver song, Country Road. That was a great commercial.
Take me home.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was. But the thing is, I could not understand what the artist was saying, to be honest. Like, I couldn't understand the lyrics.
So,
I thought it was actually the worst halftime show I've ever seen.
I think so.
I'm going to be honest. That's my personal opinion.
And that tells you something because there's been a lot of bad halftime shows.
Yeah, this is probably the worst I've ever seen. Everybody's like, oh, it got more views than Prince or whatever. I'm like, yeah, Prince was 1993. This is 2025. How many more people do we have with cable right now?
Exactly.
Let's really divulge into this here real quick. Yeah. Let's really divulge. How many more people were watching back in 1993 or whatever year? I think it was 93, maybe 97 or something, to 2025. I'm like, come on. I'm like, you're going to compare Prince to this? Are you kidding me?
Very
we have
true.
a growing population. We have more communications, more technology. People have more access to watch it.
Very, very true on that one. So, address the comment.
In the chat.
Yep. Address Dodge, and the 25-year-old kid has almost nicknamed Big Balls. That's a good job. Back with Dodge. Doge. Oh, the whole thing was Doge. I was thinking it looked like Dodge.
25-year-old kid. I know nothing about that.
I know only a little bit.
I know you missed the Ram, Des.
I miss the Reaper. I miss the Reaper. But sad part is I know some, but I don't know enough to really talk about it tonight. Like I said, I actually just know for what we're doing tonight. That's basically. I should know more. Do you know anything about the DOJ or the Doge? I heard stories about it already, but not enough to actually talk about it.
It's just an Elon Musk, Trump kind of thing. I don't know enough to either comment on it either.
It's one of those things where
I've been too busy actually living in the real world and trying to figure out how I'm going to survive the next. I'm just kidding. No, I just haven't paid much attention. I listen to Bloomberg all day at the office, so I don't know. It doesn't really come up on that stuff.
People in the comments.
Oh boy, I don't get to see comments either. They're probably making fun of me, most likely.
Well, they're more so making fun of me because they are saying, "Do you know anything ever?" I know some things about a little bit of stuff.
Dude, I know nothing. I'm like Jon Snow, for God's sakes, in Game of Thrones. I know nothing.
I would never say it, quite frankly. People tell me. I would never say it otherwise. People, quite frankly, they tell me. Oh, yeah. Good times.
Yeah?
So,
what do you do?
What else do you want to talk about the Super Bowl?
Well, Eagles won, Chiefs lost. The Eagles made a mass ruining of their town. It's not what the Super Bowl's supposed to be about. It's supposed to be camaraderie and people coming together for one game, and just and for not being, oh, cool, our team won and destroy everything. I mean, last time I checked, when you win, you don't go destroy. You don't just destroy stuff. You're just like, hey, hell yeah, let's go.
Exactly.
That's funny. Know who just started taking down light posts and all. I'm like, you're gonna regret that when you have to go to work the next day.
And
you're gonna be bitching about traffic, going, well, shit, maybe in forethought, maybe not take down those stop signs or light posts.
And isn't Philadelphia supposed to be the city of brotherly love, right? And they destroy property.
Yeah, I think I'm sure there's some brotherly love going on that night. Just people probably don't know they got that much love.
They're working on the poles in the corner, working on them poles.
Maybe that's what's going on. One dude's like, "Get away from me! I don't want any love." He was on top of the light post, and they just took it down. I was like, "Oh, you're taking it, bro."
I just love the fact that all the way till the fourth quarter, the Chiefs never scored. That was funny. That's like, what the hell?
Mahomes, 0 for 5 right away in the beginning. I'm like, goodness gracious. I think they just automatically thought they were going to win. It was going to be an easy game. They didn't prep or anything, and then suddenly the Eagles showed up, and they're like, yeah, we're going to make sure you regret this.
They're not getting them. They're not getting the birds because they're flying high.
It would have been cool to see them get a three-peat and be done with it and be done with all the jazz, but you know what? It's just a game. I wish it was a more competitive game to watch.
You're damn right. Because
I never like seeing blowouts. I don't like seeing blowouts.
Unless it's the Vikings. Then I'm okay with it. I would never say it, quite frankly. I'm one of those kind of guys. It's my team. So, I know you're in Montana now. Is the Vikings still your team?
Oh, yeah. Vikings or the Broncos?
Well, I suppose
we have a few birds out here that like the Packers for some ungodly reason. I'm like, cool. Here's a cardboard box. Just pack your shit up and leave.
Go back where the cheese is. It's ridiculous. Oh, man. So,
no, it's either the Vikings or their team out here for the most part.
Or the Broncos because they're probably the closest, right?
They actually really don't. Not a lot I've met care for the Broncos.
Really?
Not yet. They care for the Vikings. Some do, but more or less Vikings and Green Bay, to be honest.
That's bloody. That's funny.
Like the one place I go to for lunch, they have like banners and stuff of Vikings, Packers, and the Denver Broncos.
Huh.
That's about it. It's just
So
that's why I'm accepted here.
So I'm trying to figure out the map and seeing where all the states lie. It's in the head is still different than actually seeing it on a globe or on a map. It's
Colorado's right below me, bro.
And so I was saying it, and the Vikings are one state over. Actually, you could say 2 states over, I guess, that way.
Yeah, 2 states. You got to kind of get to the Dakotas first.
So, I think we're done talking about the Super Bowl, being that we talked about the Vikings. So, let's go to the next topic at hand. You're the one that want to do this one, so I'll let you lead the way for this one, because you have more of a legit story. I'm just fluffy. So,
well, this is right?
Sporting and health. I'll let you lead this one.
Okay. So, what I've gathered here, I'm seeing a lot of people just kind of downing themselves, like, well, I'm getting bigger, or this or that, and just what have you. I'm like, Des, you remember when I was fighting cancer, right?
Yep.
I was basically should have been beached. Free Willy should have been my carrier. I should have been on the freaking beach just hanging out there, just let me rot to the clouds. Right?
Yeah, pretty much.
I beat cancer for the second time, and I was still a big guy. It wasn't like my system's like, oh, you beat cancer. Now you get to have no weight anymore. I had to bust my arse just to lose the weight, and I still have to get back to where I need to be.
Yep.
And now I'm $178, and I'm working out and doing things like that. It's like, I understand there's certain circumstances where your body doesn't react. I get that. I do. I truly do. But if you haven't even tried to even go to the gym or work out, like my mom, for goodness sake, she's like, 5'3". You met Mrs. Mama Rogers.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I met her. She was a big fan.
She's a short little bigger person. My mom lost 125 pounds. Decided she wanted to go to the gym and be better and look better, and she did it. It's all about self-motivation, not like, whoa, woe is me. Well, I can't make time for this. There's no dang way. Turn the movie off. Go work out for 20 minutes.
Exactly. I
don't care if it's like doing push-ups on your knees, going for a walk, anything. I'm like, people blame, oh, well, no, I have a slow thyroid or this or that. I'm like, your thyroid can sometimes, get increased when you have exercise and actually a good diet instead of fatty foods. And I said, I was 240 pounds? I was like 240, 250 pounds. Pretty close to there. And I'm almost 6 feet tall now. I was a big guy. I'm like, good Lord. It's not fun when you go in the bar and I had to buy extra large shirts and change my wardrobe. Do you think I was happy with that? No. And now I'm back and I gave all my old clothes away because I didn't think I'd be thin again. And I started working out again. And
I still like the one shirt. I'm fat. Let's party. My buddy actually has that shirt. Wears it to work once in a while.
I have this one shirt. One of my commanders gave it to me. He's like, it literally says, "Mess with me, I'll put you in a coma."
From the comments.
And my buddy's like,
helps.
"Well, I got you the shirt because you literally put somebody into a coma." I'm like, "Well, was it intentional? You kind of ran into my fist."
Exactly. It's not my fault. I would never say it. People tell me.
I was protecting the weak at that point in time. I was protecting some people, and that dude was coming off all wrong and grabbing people, and he pushed me the wrong way. I slid him on the ground, and I'm like, "Oh, shit." Yes, I will give my statement. Yeah, he was harassing, and thank God I had witnesses. And yeah, I threw him on the ground. Like, literally, it was like one punch. The guy went down to the ground. I'm like, "Oh, shit." Oh. Okay, he's got a pulse. We're okay. We're okay. I put him in a coma for 2 days.
Ian Bearpig
That was
in the
down in
comments.
cities in Minnesota.
I stand up while I poop. I consider this exercise.
That could be an exercise.
Scrunches.
Like, the quad. You got not a little leg day.
That's from the comments.
Oh man,
A
this is
lower body
outstanding.
action.
Gotta do what you gotta do. Get healthy.
Some people, it's a person's choice most of the time. I understand there's like certain people's bodies, they just don't do that. I understand that. And I'm not here to criticize. I'm like, try and just do some exercise. Don't blame everybody else's all the world on your problems about how you look, how you're acting. You have to take responsibility sometimes, how you look, how you're feeling. For me, I was pretty down the spot when I was feeling big. Like my ego, everything just was down, and I had to do something about it.
You're dang right. And
So, Des, you saw me when I was thin, then you saw me fighting cancer to get big.
Yep.
And now you see me again, back to my normal fighting weight.
Damn right.
I used meth to lose weight.
Well, I don't do drugs. So,
That's
I
outstanding.
got water and protein, and
Oh,
we have one of my coworkers brought like pre-workout mix in that's like illegal, I guess, in the States. No clue what it is, but we all do like a dose of that every day, and holy crap, you're bouncing up the damn walls.
Yeah. Just thought you had a friggin' cup of sugar. I would never say it.
Well, I need a little more sugar in there. I'm not entirely sure.
Oh, man.
Freaking Afghanistan or Pakistan. I don't know where she got it.
And Crazy Cat, you're right. I didn't do the push-ups. It is what it is. I should start.
You can go on your knees and do push-ups, Des.
Start that way first, right?
30 squats
Go for
after
walks.
you eat.
Anytime you keep
does
as
wonders
long as
for
you keep
your
your heart rate
blood
up,
sugar.
you'll burn calories. You'll burn calories. Keep your heart rate up and don't eat all the fatty foods. As I eat Mott's sticks and chicken tender melt. But
Well, I have a corn dog and French fries for supper tonight. So
yeah. But
Brain uses more
did
calories
you run
than
2
the body
miles
does.
this morning?
Was it?
I ran 2 miles this morning.
My workout's at work. I go up and down
Try
all
to do
day.
that in the ice.
I
It's
laid
not
down
exactly
this
fun. I got
afternoon and
cleats on my
dreamt about
shoes.
running a marathon.
I got cleats on my shoes that run through the snow and the ice. I'm like, I don't give a crap.
Oh,
And then I thought I was being bold. There's these guys out in shorts and a t-shirt. I'm like bulked up with the hoodies and stuff. I'm like, fuck, it's cold out.
So how
Pardon
cold
my
it-
language.
So, how cold is it in Montana anyway right now?
Right now, negative...
below zero here.
No, today's warmer. Right now, it's only -2. This morning when I woke up, it was -20.
Eddie, do you know what the low is?
What's supper? You gotta explain supper for people
Oh.
that speak normal English. Because people that say supper.
Supper is the evening meal. Dinner is the noon meal. I called me Mr. Old Fashioned.
It's breakfast, lunch,
What happened?
and
Just,
dinner.
hey, you guys ready for food?
That's the order. There is no supper.
Lunch?
There was only one supper. It was called the Last Supper.
Well, that ended up.
Thank you and amen.
Oh, man. Good times. This might have been a mistake. I would never say it. Oh, man. It's all about making the show great. Greater than what it was. I would never say it. By the way, growing up, it was breakfast, snack at like 9 o'clock, dinner, snack at like 3 o'clock, supper, and then lunch was when the neighbors came over.
That sounds a lot, Des.
Well, a snack was something small, just like a cookie or something.
What do you call a meal between breakfast and dinner?
Brunch?
You talk about like the Sunday meal, brunch, like he's.
So why don't you call it dinner or dinner or something like that, rather than because now lunch was never there, but all of a sudden it's in the middle of breakfast.
Brunch sounds more sophisticated.
Exactly. Once in a while, you gotta act like you're actually. Sunday is the only time I have a fancy meal, and that's brunch. That's the.
So what are you guys doing for Valentine's or on the speak of food?
Eating a heart of chocolates by myself.
How about you, Eddie?
No plans.
No plans. No, we'll call it a little dinner with the cats, and then me and the boys are gonna go out and look out. Make sure some women that are lonely. Make sure they're comforted.
Exactly. So it's like a man's version of Christmas.
Nah, I really don't. I already got asked out to go out for Valentine's, and I'm like, no, I'm good.
Well,
and she's an F-35 pilot, for goodness sakes.
Well, Eddie,
I'm like, I just can't do it.
The reason why I say that is, it's for the ones that are single, and the ladies, they some of them want some loving when they're single and whatnot. So it's man's Christmas, you could say.
I'm not God's gift to women, to be honest. I am not.
What woman would be
after my ex, again, bless her,
Day?
she's a great person. You know that, Des. Alicia's a great person.
Yep.
I'll never say anything ill of her. Ever since, she moved on faster than I could ever be, but she's already moved on. She's got her boy toy, and that's good for her. For me, I'm not ready for that yet. I just want to enjoy my life and just see where it goes and try to have fun. That's why I moved out here and just see where life takes me.
Exactly, that's true.
Let's go with chances. Do we have nothing holding you down? Take a chance. You got one life to live. Why settle?
Well, I'm fluffy, so that's holding me down. Oh, yeah. There's always that. I would never say it.
Well,
the scale does.
I believe muscle weighs more than fat.
Alpha hears your voice, Des. Alpha and Artemis hear your voice, and they're both like looking the opposite way, going, seriously, this guy again.
Damn right.
Alpha especially going, yo, bro. I thought we were done with this. We moved like 1,000 miles away.
Hey, kitty cats, I'm back, like on Independence Day.
He is definitely giving. His ears just went up.
I think it's time to
freaking Alpha
go to the next topic at hand. So there was a video that I watched last night. Eddie, the editor, is going to help me with this because we've both seen it. Mr. Rogers saw bits of it, and the Sean Ryan show, and he was interviewing Chris Bledsoe, right? Basically, Chris Bledsoe went through some stuff in his past, and best way to say this, it's between aliens, UFOs, and God. That's basically, we're going to sum it up that way. We're going to talk about it, though, because, there's a lot to talk about on this one. That's why I have Eddie, which I actually saw it too, to help me with this. He was actually really successful, but he went from being
Eddie the Educator.
What's that?
I like Eddie the Educator.
Well, he can be both. We got to make a shirt.
Sorry, man. Doge is shutting down the Department of Education. I'm gonna be out of a job.
Outstanding. So he went from being rich, living in a nice house, to actually living in a trailer. I'm going by my notes. I only have a small thing of notes here. 9/11 was bad for him. Plus, he had Crohn's, and he basically almost died. What year was that when it actually happened? When
2007 was the first time. That was in 2007 is when he had the experience at the river.
Okay, that he actually had an experience at the Cape Fear River. Cape Fear. Some reason I had it mixed up. Where he brought his son and a few workers to the river. They wanted to go fishing, and he was down in the dumps. So during this time, well, they wanted to go fishing. He was like, I need to go off by myself and actually have some me time, mental time, you could say. The sun was going down because this was in January, so the sun went down around 5:30ish. And so he went back there, and those guys were not ready to go yet, so they started a fire. And this is where the experience really happened. He wanted to leave again for a beat to do his thing. And during the time, he went to a different part of where he was. I'm not Chris, so I kind of suck at this. I'm just, retracting what he was saying. He went to a nice area. All of a sudden, he's walking, and he started hearing footsteps. There was shrubs in the way, so he could not see, and he could tell there was not animal steps because it was only 2 feet. So he would actually crouch down to see if he could see anything. Of course, he couldn't. He did that like 3 times, and after the clearing, isn't that when he saw in the sky, like
1 and then 2.
Yep. Like there was 3 altogether during that time. There were orbs. You want to talk a little bit there, Mr. Editor? Because you can maybe help me out here. Like I saw it last night, but
So the one in 2007. So he sees these orbs. He thought it was a sun at first. Like, oh my God, what's the sun doing there or whatever? And then one appeared above him as he was getting ready to like run back to where his friends were. He was scared or whatever. And then he gets back to where his friends are, and it's dark, and they're standing by the fire. They couldn't see him approaching. He could see them. So he gets up there, and they're like, where have you been? And he's like, I was just up the hill a little bit, went to the clearing or whatever. So, and he notices his son's not there, so he asks where his son is. They go looking for his son. His son had gone off looking for him, and then didn't come back. Went off a different direction. So they went looking for his son, and they found his son laying in some like pucker brush or something, and he was freaked out. And anyways, the guy was gone for a few hours. He told them the little story about him seeing these 2 orbs and then a third one. So they're all like, all right, let's get out of here. We'll go home. There's got to be some kind of alien invasion happening or something. So they start to head home, and then they're seeing these orbs, and everybody's seeing them, and they're freaking out, because they're following them, stuff like that. So it gets everybody home, gets back to his house, whatever. A few more things happen over the next 5 years. He has a few more little experiences, and then in 2012 on Easter, he gets woke up in the middle of the night by this booming voice in his head that says "Arise," and he sits up, gets dressed. There's these 2 shadow figures with red eyes lead him out to the kennels where he's had other experiences with the dogs losing their minds and stuff. So he goes out to the kennels, and he's walking in the kennel, and all of a sudden this gust of wind hits him and knocks him over, and he lands on his back. This gust of wind hits him, and a black hole, a portal type thing, whatever, something that you could see up off the ground. A bull comes out of there that's somewhat translucent, knocks him over with the wind, right? The wind, and then the bull goes over the top of him, and he can see stars through the bull and all this stuff. And then he wants to get up, so he rolls over, and he looks the other way, like the direction the bull headed. And about 3 feet off the ground, he sees the most beautiful woman he's ever seen in his life, glowing. And has a whole conversation with her about, that's when he's like, I'm done with this, whatever, this, that, whatever. And she told him it's your burden to carry, and he started having all kinds, he had a tree in his yard start on like just spontaneously combust, starts burning from the inside. They put it out, it just starts on fire again or whatever. He sees these orbs all the time. He can go outside and just say a prayer and they'll start showing up. He had a little kid, he said what looked like a child, that nobody else could see around him for, I don't remember how long.
For
a while.
for a few months.
Yeah.
It was a few months.
And he'd talk to him and stuff like that. His family would videotape it. Like, who are you talking to?
Exactly.
You know,
They thought he was
talking
nuts.
to the kid, you know. They thought he was losing his mind and stuff. Yeah.
So that was actually
he's got an interesting story. He's got a book. It's called The UFO of God. They're supposed to be doing a movie on it too. It's a good book. It's an easy read, quick. I think it took me like 3 days.
yeah. Is there pictures?
No.
Damn it.
No, but he goes into
He
a
wants
lot
the
more
pop-ups.
stuff. Like, there's a lot of stuff in the book, man. There's tons of
So
wild stories in the book.
so a couple
So
things.
what do you get out of that, Eddie? What do you get out of it? Like, what do you think? Like, what are your thoughts? So it's your afterthoughts, your synopsis of what you read or what you saw and what you from that.
What do I get out of it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's a cool story.
You know, you think it's a story? You think it's truth, or what do you think, man?
Oh, I think it's true.
I think so too.
And
And to think that
oh,
we're
one thing-
alone in this entire universe, I think you're freaking high on crack cocaine if you think we're completely alone.
Yeah. Well, one of the things it reminded me of right away was the ancient Egyptian, I think it's Egyptian god Hathor.
Okay, yep. I know Hathor. I think it's Hathor. Or is it
Personally,
talking about,
a woman
are you
that's
talking about
accompanied by a bull.
Athern?
Well,
You want
there's-
Athern or
There's
Hathor?
so many different ones. There's like Hathor.
Yep.
There's I don't in Norse it's something else. I think they have one that's like that. But there's a bunch of ancient belief systems that have gods like that. A woman with a bull, kind of thing.
Right. And the thing about all the old pyramids and stuff, who the heck is like, yeah, let's build a triangle this many dimensions and let's just go with it. It has to be 3.14 on pi. I'm like, an angle of this star is like, I'd be like, dude, whatever you smoking, bring it over here.
So he actually had two near-death experiences. The first one when he was 10, when he was hunting with his friend and his cousin, I believe, right?
Yep.
They were out hunting birds. I don't know. The bird doesn't matter. Could have been gross. I don't know. But he was going for the bird. The bird flew up. They shot. Went in the. Was it the water or just in the woods?
I don't remember.
The bird was down, and then he was
Got
going to be.
shot in the back.
Yeah, got shot in the back. He dropped the shell. Good thing he bent over. Actually, his cousin or his friend would have probably saw him, but he bent over. Was putting the shell in. He was slowly getting up, and his friend shot him in the back. And how he was alive.
Brutus.
And
Two Brutus.
and he actually had an out of body experience. The doctors don't know how the hell he survived that. So that's one of those things where it's like that's a miracle, definitely a miracle. And then he had another near-death experience with a medication OD from the Crohn's. He went to go see somebody, and he gave him some pills that he should not have been taking, and he pretty much OD'd, and he was able to come back. But that's when other stuff happened. That was when he started seeing more stuff.
Well, that was
Wasn't allowed
also
to die. Sounds familiar.
2007. The experience with the three orbs. That was the end of his
Where was this at, by the way? What state? What country?
North Carolina.
North Carolina. Okay.
Yeah. After that experience with the three orbs, his Crohn's disease was gone.
And the doctors don't know how the hell that happened either. They're like, it's gone.
He's also being studied by NASA, the FBI, the CIA. They're interested in
Yeah,
him.
pray
The
keep your mouth
government's very
shut.
interested in him.
So it's one of those things
I'm
where
cured of cancer for the second time. I ain't seen crap.
oh
Or-
man.
Technically, I work for the government, technically, but yeah, they ain't testing me.
Well, they've
I'll put
tested
them in a
him
coma.
in an fMRI machine to verify that his brain is communicating with something else, but they don't know what it's communicating with. But his brain works different.
What's it called? Electric sensory perception, ESP kind of thing, or telekinetic, or
Yes.
yes.
So you want to read what
That's pretty cool.
they're saying in the comments? Because you're better. I hate reading. So I watched the video.
I don't even have. How do I even
have-
see the comments on my side?
We have Nick and North at Night is on, and they said, I had an out-of-body experience. I was in someone else's body. Whose body
Hopefully
were
not
you in?
mine.
Oh man, I think that's probably a joke.
I identify myself as a potato.
Well,
I create electricity in the world
I
and
think,
produce nutrients and potassium.
I think Nick and North are familiar with the Bible, no?
Yeah.
So, you were in somebody else's body. We're all in somebody else's body, according to the Bible, dude.
Oh man.
Because per the Bible, our
We're all
bodies
made of
belong to God.
stardust. We're all made out of stardust.
Oh, and the stardust we shall return.
Dust
Bush.
you become, dust you become.
Exactly. So, more about this video. He is saying that next year, Easter. I'm like,
Easter 2026.
yeah, Easter of 2026. That's when, what's it called?
Knowledge and information,
Well-
revelation.
Yeah, supposedly it's going to be something huge that's going to happen where we're going to see something. Huge, it's going to be big time. I would never say it, quite frankly. Next Easter is going to be ginormous. I would never say it, quite frankly. Huge. But anyhow, supposedly the lady that he had seen was telling him certain things. He wrote stuff down, and they were coming true. And now the next thing is next Easter on a date. Well, let's be honest.
Around Easter. It'll be
Around-
around Easter. It's when, what she said was, when the star Regulus rises in the gaze of the Sphinx.
And that's when that actually happens. There was a person that thought it actually was completely different.
A ruby.
A ruby.
Somebody thought it was a ruby that needed to be placed between the paws of the Sphinx.
Exactly. And of course,
I'll get right on it.
of course, all the other stuff happened also around Easter when he saw a lot of this stuff. But what actually happens on Easter? I know we talked about this before we went live there, Eddie.
The resurrection.
The resurrection. And like I said earlier, this might be a chance that we...
You think Jesus is coming back?
that's what he was saying, possibly that Chris...
Is Jesus coming back?
My doppelganger's coming back. Let's
Who's going to
go.
recognize Jesus? Like, really?
He's going to have that...
Everybody's expecting a white dude.
You're telling me I grow my hair out and get a tan. Okay, I got it.
Very much so. I mean, a really good tan.
Oh, you're going to be in the tanning booth for a long time.
But a little hard when there's 4 feet of snow outside. I'm gonna get another 3 feet this
Well,
week.
you don't have to worry about
You might as
till-
well just risk blackface.
You don't have to worry about it till next year anyway, because not till 2016. So you got another year to
Ooh, I got
plan.
plenty of time to tan.
20,
Get my
26.
robe on.
20 well, you know what, man? Too many freaking...
I already got my JCs, man. I got my Jerusalem cruises. We're good to go, bro.
Yeah, they're gonna ban this video just because I got the year wrong. 2026. Oh.
It's it's not being too much religion in, so people are not like, wow, this, that. Everybody's allowed to believe in what they should believe in. That's the freedom of our lives.
Exactly.
Believe in what you want to, So that's what I agree. And so we're not pushing any, political or religious views, right, Des?
Not according to Muslims. Islam's going to take over the world, man.
And there's Eddie the Educator.
Oh yeah, good times had by all.
All I can say is, let's go.
So let's talk a little bit more about what he did. I know you did. Did you say the miracle of the hug?
No.
Okay, so back in 12. I got a date on here. The other one, 2026, I didn't have the date down. So, my bad. If we could have one of those things, shame on you, Des, for getting something wrong. We should make a button for that, like if we ever upgrade. But
Hey, Des, when you're pointing, make sure you do the knife hand, because otherwise you're pointing at one person, you got 4 or 3 fingers pointing right back at you.
That's true. That's very true. My bad. I would never say
Knife-handed.
So, there was a story of a dog that actually, that was his dog. It actually ended up, it was wounded, probably by an animal in the woods. It was coming back. It was bleeding. Oh, how did it happen again? I thought it was
just random.
Oh, it was just a random.
They were just walking along, and all of a sudden he saw blood just spraying out of her neck.
That's how that happened.
Yeah. They weren't they were just walking. It was like walking towards.
She might have a medical condition.
Just random.
I might want to get that checked out.
Continue.
Okay, anyhow.
There's video of it.
Yeah, there's video, actually, of this whole enchilada. Anyway, so they're bringing the dog back, and he's like, this dog's not going to make it. And all of a sudden, how did that actually... This part gets a little...
He got down by her and, stuffed it, put his finger in the wound, right? And, was doing anything to try to stop the bleeding. He put his hand over the top, and blood was just coming through his fingers. And he paused, looked up at the sky, said something, and there was no more blood. She jumped up and ran off.
Exactly. And then the miracle of the hug, that was another good one. A person... Is this one where the person was, out cold? Or was... There's so many...
Yeah, so...
That's what I hate about this. There's so many different stories he told.
Yeah, so he's got... There was a lady that had cancer that came and had a conversation with him, and she just wanted to talk to him. And all they did was talk, and then they said a prayer. And she left and went to the doc. The next time she went to the doctor to check on her cancer, it was gone. There was a kid that was really sick, and the doctors couldn't figure out anything that was wrong with him. This was a rich Jewish kid in Washington, D.C., so they flew him there, wanted him to meet the kid. He sat down with the kid, and he's like, I have no idea how to help this kid or do anything like that. So while they were having the conversation, he's like, what do I do? How do I, can I help this kid or whatever? And he gets what he says are little messages in his head or whatever, and it was just give him a hug. So when they were done with their conversation, he gave the kid a hug. He left. I think he went back to his room.
Yep.
And 30 minutes later, the kid's mom called, and the kid couldn't eat. That was part of he had no appetite, didn't want to eat, whatever. He was on his second bowl of something or whatever. He was eating like crazy. He hadn't eaten in a long time.
Yeah, two plates in a half hour.
Yeah, and then another guy, he was at some party, I think that was in D.C. as well, and some guy just passed out or, I don't know, choked. The guy was unresponsive, so somebody got him, and he walked over there, and as soon as he touched the guy popped up. Took a deep breath, and they were like, what the...
What is Daddy's Home with Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell?
Yeah, I don't know.
And you're back to life.
I mean, I thought maybe he just walked up behind him and stuck his finger in his butt. That got him.
That got him
woke
going.
him up.
Oh,
Are you
man.
awake now, bro?
I do that to my wife whenever she won't get out of bed. I just go put a finger in her butt.
Go for the old stern and rub.
Oh, man.
She gets out of bed pretty quick.
It'll make me move.
Huh?
Wrong hole,
What
honey.
happened? Why are my pants down?
Oh, chutes and ladders. But
Why is there a video camera?
that's basically all I have for notes on this video. But anyway, that video...
It sounds really intriguing because, again, God created the world, correct? That's how I believe it,
Yep.
perceive it. Created the universe. And going second thought, if we think we're alone in this universe, no,
You're nuts.
we're not. There's no impossibility. I mean, we're just a speck. And you know what? The thing is, I made a thesis in college, and I actually got an A on it. I don't know entirely how, but I made a thesis for only a philosophy class about how our universe is in some kid's aquarium.
Outstanding.
They could be God.
Oh, man.
Some little
That's
whatever
true
being
when you think about it.
created this. We could be an aquarium.
You're feeding the fish. You're keeping the fish alive.
But it's expanding, so maybe the aquarium expands. They have more technology, obviously. I mean, we could just be somebody's, school experiment, and like it lasts them one day and lasts us, trillions of years.
I love all these different versions of what people
And
think.
now think about the universe, because I love studying the universe. I love astrology. I love it all because I've been involved in that, or involved into. I don't know what the word is. I'm trying to think of it. Anyways, think about it now. The universe, according to some theorists, we've gone back and forth probably 14, 15 times. They're thinking we expand. And right now we're expanding faster and faster. The universe is.
Yep.
It's a known fact.
Well, like
Okay?
our galaxy
And then,
is
as
going.
soon as it expands, it collapses just as fast. And now all that energy goes into this little tiny atom. And then what happens? All the energy happens.
Boom, shakalaka.
And again. And again.
Bloody hell.
And some theorists say it's happened 13, 14 times already. And the universe is 13, 14 trillion years old? Or
No.
billion years old? I forget. Billion,
No.
I'm sorry, billion. Because the Earth is 4.5 million, 5 million?
How?
The Earth.
No,
is
I'm billion, 5 billion. Jesus, I'm
4.5
losing my
billion.
shite out here. Yeah, 4.5, 5 billion, not
They
million.
thought
Jesus,
the
dinosaurs
universe
6, 5 million years ago.
Was 13.8 billion years old, but
Yeah,
recently
and we're
they're
about
thinking they need to
5
double
billion years.
it. But
Yep.
it's not. None of it.
What do you mean?
It's all fake.
This is fun.
What's fake?
None of it's true.
Hey, by the way,
What's
now
not true?
these guys get to hear what I hear after we're done with the live. This is fun. Keep going there, Eddie.
Eddie the Educator, what's not true, bro?
This is fun. I love this.
All of it. Do you believe God is
All of
infinite?
what?
Do you believe God is
Yeah, it
infinite?
has to be.
God has to be
It has to
infinite?
be.
Okay.
Kind of has to be. I mean,
Okay.
there is a sin of time. Everything, like, even the Bible says, you all have your beginning and your end.
There's a beginning and an end.
Always. Nothing's
Not with
infinite.
infinite.
Nothing ever will be.
Well, God is infinite.
He is.
Then
How? I'm not
everything-
sure. I need that magical potion.
Do you know how he said? Okay, so this is one thing that Chris Bledsoe guy said. He said we're all a part of God.
Yeah, he did say that. Actually.
Yes.
Okay, so if we're a part
Yep.
of God
Adam and Eve
and
were
God is
created from Adam and
infinite,
Eve,
then
yep.
we're all infinite. Everything is infinite.
Exactly, because we
So
are
all
dust in the dust. We're created.
Possibilities.
It's energy is what it is, Eddie the Educator. It's energy. You cannot create nor destroy energy.
It always exists.
Exactly. You cannot create nor destroy.
So there is no beginning or end.
Well,
There can't be within.
something has to start.
You can
I mean, this is
perceive
chicken
that
and the egg
within
here now.
infinite, but it's all right now because infinite is neither infinitely big or infinitely small. It's both. Time doesn't exist
Correct.
within infinite.
Just for us, it does.
But within infinite, you can create time.
Yep, like we are.
But
to
it's
people.
within, so it's all part of, or within.
You know you can go in time. You know you can go like forward in time, right?
You can go forward
It's
or
already
backwards
proven.
because all of it's happening right now.
You can't go backwards. That's not been proven yet.
Yeah,
But
you
go
can.
forward, yeah.
Because time doesn't
So
exist.
speed of light, you
It's all
travel.
right now.
We get a machine that goes fast enough.
This is fun.
Yeah, but you don't even need a machine. You can do it by yourself. We were talking about
Well, I
out-of-body
can't masturbate that
experiences
fast.
earlier, and if you go out of your body, then time no longer exists.
That's
Actually,
true.
if you leave Earth's atmosphere, then time as we know it doesn't exist. Because, especially if you leave this solar
Now we're
system,
getting a time-space theory. I love it.
right? So if you leave our solar system, the way we track
Well,
time is by
Donnie
the Earth
Darko
rotating
action
around
going
the
on
sun.
here.
So
No, and
time
I
doesn't
agree with you.
exist.
I do agree with you. I do agree with you.
It's a matrix.
Because the further you go out, you guys know this. Like, when you leave Earth, time slows down. Did you know that?
Well, time doesn't
The
exist.
space shuttle, the space shuttle has the same time it leaves Earth, right?
Yeah.
And it's up there, like say it's the moon or wherever it is, any satellites, they have a time sync. Anyways, it is actually like off by milliseconds, tiny little bits, because we're not out that far. We don't have the technology yet, but it's off.
Mm-hmm.
Where time is different out there than it is here. Time goes by faster here than it is, even like on Mount Everest.
Well, if you were in a space
Quick to
shuttle
watch,
flying,
you come down and it'll be different.
you can stay within Earth's atmosphere and just start flying.
I'll get right on that.
And it'll
one.
be off by milliseconds if you
I'll
spend
grab
that
the
amount
jet.
of
I
time
can just do
in the
that.
air. Your clocks will be off.
Bloody hell.
Oh yeah,
I'll be late for work.
You know?
yeah. Just blame it on the space-time continuum.
I do love those videos.
I'm late. It was a space-time continuum, Brian. I'm sorry.
I do love those
Couldn't make
videos.
4 blocks to Genio.
I do love the videos where the planes are still, and people are taking those videos and they're like, what the hell is going on here? It's like, son of a nutcracker. Birds.
Then, yeah, I don't think I ever saw anything out species, but you see some weird shit when you're out in the middle of nowhere, especially overseas.
I
You
believe
see some weird stuff.
Like what?
And there's nothing out there. You're in the middle of nowhere, desert, God's land, going, what the heck? And you just, again, you're tired, you're, whatever, and just, you let your imagination sometimes take care of it. And it's like, but again, when you have like 3-4 of the people with you going, what the heck did we just see? Yeah, we're not writing that one on the docket. We're just going to leave that off a chief's log.
Oh, shits and ladders.
We're all going to get committed otherwise.
Pretty much. Oh,
What'd you think? Nothing. Didn't see a dang thing. Nothing happened.
I swear.
Nothing happened. Bad guys came. We're good. We're
Yeah.
cleared. We're good.
delete all the evidence. Oh, shit. So, do we have any more to add to any of this tonight at all? Or, I think we pretty much made an hour. Pretty close to it.
Yeah.
Son of a nutcracker. See, if we keep having Eddie on, and like I said, next week we will not be going live. I will be out of the country. But we will be going live in 2 weeks, and this time I believe North will be joining us. And I think we'll wait till following week to do the video one, or do you want us to do it in 2 weeks?
What?
The other one that you sent me from.
Ask what the people want. What do the viewers want? Comment, viewers.
There
What do
you
you
go.
guys
That's
want?
true.
To listen to?
That's-
What do you guys want for topics?
Yeah.
That is true.
Agreed.
That is very true. This is the people's page, not ours. That's
Oh.
What do the people want? Ask them what they want to know about. What our opinions are. They don't give a crap that we have the page. We don't.
just watch. It's gonna be taken down just because
If they're
they
gonna
called it the
listen to
people's
us,
page.
might as well have like some input of like what they want to listen to.
Comment below.
That way they at least say, "Hey, you guys are jackasses."
Oh yeah, that is too good. But I think we're done. You want to do your plugins, Mr. Rogers?
Oh, of course. Well, again, my name is Mr. Rogers, aka Nikolai. You'll find me on Facebook somewhere under Nicholas, last name Binsfeld. If you ever want to chat, knock yourself out. Not going to tell you if I respond or not. I have a busy life living out Montana, snowboarding, whitewater rafting. Okay. I don't care if it's winter. I'm whitewater rafting. I don't give a crap.
Amen to
Wherever
that.
it is unfrozen.
Amen to that.
On Saturday, we have fresh pal, bro.
Awesome sauce.
But you guys stay classy and go to Des.
All right. Next week, like I said, we will not be live. I'll be out of the country. But once again, all my things are Des Rant on Instagram and on Facebook and on the Clapper. I still love that name for a frickin' thing. That's funny. If you enjoy this
That
shit,
sounds
hit
like
the
an
like button.
STD, Dad. I wouldn't brag about that.
By the way, you guys are always awesome, the viewers, because you know what? If it was for you guys, and plus with the comments, we have something to read. Otherwise, we just three dumbasses just looking like a bunch of schmucks.
And you can find Eddie the Editor's
We
Instagram,
are a bunch of schmucks, Dad.
Facebook,
We're just working with it.
Wait, there we go.
X, and OnlyFans and Pornhub at Eddie the Editor.
Outstanding. By the way, once again, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Until next time, peace out.